Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for joining us today for a very special Silversea Cruises webinar. My name is Anna. I'm an Industry Relations Specialist here at CLIA, and I'm going to just quickly go through some housekeeping before introducing our presenter. There will be time for questions at the end of the webinar. Please feel free to type them into the questions module, and we'll get to them at the conclusion of the presentation. The webinar is being recorded and will be posted on CLIA's YouTube channel, which is CLIA Global. And with that, it is my pleasure to introduce our presenter, Joe Leone. Joe currently serves as the Vice President of Field Sales for Silversea Cruises and leads the Silversea sales team, working with the area sales directors, inside sales, and business development teams to ensure that all travel partner needs and requests are met. He brings with him over 23 years of travel experience, working both on the travel agency side as well as the supplier side. A South Florida native, Joe is proud to be representing Silversea Cruises. And with that, take it away, Joe.
Thank you, Anna, and thank you all of our CLIA members for taking time from their busy day to come and learn what's new at Silversea. For us, it's our new builds. Today, we're going to be focusing our content on our new arrival next year in August, our brand new Silver Moon, which we're very proud of. And the Silver Moon is really a celebration and a continued build on what our success was with our Silver Muse, which many of you know was introduced into the fleet in April of 2017 and has seen tremendous success. And with the introduction of the Muse, there were some new concepts that we've introduced into cruising and how we plan on building our newer ships moving forward. And also some changes in concepts and some enhancements that we think are going to add to the experiences that your customers find on a Silversea voyage. And you know, at Silversea, if someone were to ask what is our biggest difference between us and the other luxury cruise lines, and I can tell you there are many similarities. We have all of these inclusions on board with the alcoholic beverages, the non-alcoholic beverages, our fine dining, the great service, the Wi-Fi included, and the beautiful suites that we have. And these are the similarities that you find across all of our competitors in the luxury market. But one thing that really sets us apart is destinations. And as a cruise line, we all focus on destination. But with the size of our fleet, and I'll cover that just briefly, with 9 ships in the fleet by next year, we can cover virtually every corner of the globe. We sail to over 900 destinations in any calendar year. That's more than any cruise line in any market of the industry. And when we go to these places, we try to make these as authentic of an experience as possible in these destinations. You know, we sail from the Tower Bridge when we sail from London. We sail into St. Petersburg and dock downtown at the English Embankment just outside of the Hermitage. And then, of course, what we can offer your customers through expedition travel and taking them to some of the world's most remote places, like Antarctica, the Galapagos, and the northern Arctic regions, really gives us a unique offering when it comes to destinations and what it is that we can do for your customers when we take them there. And with that being our focus, building our new ship with Silver Moon, how can we extend that and blend the two worlds of this beautiful ship and hardware with your experiences ashore and what you find with the local cultures that you visit. And I think that we've got a pretty good idea here with SALT, and SALT stands for Sea and Land Tastes. It's going to debut exclusively on the Silver Moon. This is a video that unfortunately probably won't play very well for you guys, so I'm just going to play through it. But the idea is to take you deeper in luxury as we travel around the world, and SALT is a program that's going to be designed to deliver that concept to you through the world's culinary flavors, tastes, and key cultural experiences that we can bring you to, even in some of the bigger remote, or not so remote places, but even the commercial ports and the larger, more frequently visited ports. You'll be surprised what we can uncover with the local cuisine through the SALT program. And that's the idea when we're building this program, is to bring in not only just an interactive, but an educational aspect to it, to help bring that curiosity and that adventurous side to your appetite to land, and explore all the different ingredients and the cuisines and the rituals of the countries that we're going to take you to visit. Adam Sachs is going to be the director of SALT and the SALT project, and Adam will be leading this from start to finish. So we're really, really excited about that. Obviously, his tremendous experience offers a tremendous amount of credibility to the program as well. So with the dining venues on the Silver Moon, what have we found, and what have we improved on what we did with the Muse? And with the Muse, for those of you that do not know, we went away from your traditional dining structure of a main dining room and instead introduced 8 unique and different dining venues to the Muse, giving your customers a choice of many, many different offerings and many different tastes. And on the Moon, we're going to stick with that same concept. It's working very well. So you will see again La Dame, La Terraza, the grill, the Japanese steakhouse that's so well received on Muse in Kiseki, and then introducing a new S.A.L.T kitchen, which I'll talk in just details about in just a few minutes, alongside Atlantide. Now, Atlantide and S.A.L.T are going to sit about 200 passengers each. The Moon is going to carry 596 guests. So this is a very much open seating type of concept. And then Silver Note is our supper club, and Spacanopolis, which is our pizzeria up on deck, has been very, very popular on the Silver Muse. So what is S.A.L.T? We want to bring it to you on 3 different planes and through 3 different sides. First is going to be the S.A.L.T kitchen. And the S.A.L.T kitchen is something that I think as suppliers we've all strived to do. We've all had conceptually this this goal to take you to places in the world and serve you dishes from the places that you're visiting. And it sounds great in concept, and I can tell you that from a logistics standpoint, it's very difficult to do. But so now what we've done is we've dedicated an entire restaurant to this concept and this concept alone. So as the ship is deployed, the menu changes. And finally, you will be enjoying items from the place you are currently visiting on that particular itinerary. And we can do it because we've got an entire galley and an entire kitchen that's dedicated to this concept, and it's not just several moving items on the menu. So that's going to be, again, open seating dining. It's going to sit up about 200 passengers. Those of you that are familiar with the Muse, we are putting the S.A.L.T kitchen where we currently have Indochine. And Indochine will be replaced with the S.A.L.T kitchen. And we'll have, obviously, an extensive menu, and there will be plenty of items that are static on the menu, that are household items, items that your customers are used to seeing on most menus. But then, of course, the bigger portion of that menu is going to be these exotic and local cuisine and dishes from the places that you're visiting, along with a description of the dish that you're enjoying and some history behind it. So that's the idea behind the S.A.L.T kitchen. That's going to be something that everyone on board can enjoy. It's not a particular program that you have to enroll in. So kitchen is going to be just a dining venue. Now, within the S.A.L.T kitchen, we've sectioned off a piece of it to the S.A.L.T bar, and most of you probably guessed it. Yes, the S.A.L.T bar is the same concept as the kitchen, just with drinks, obviously, alcoholic and non-alcoholic beverages, where we, again, go through not just the ingredients, show you how to prepare these items, but talk to you a little bit about their history and importance in the particular region. Now, the third pillar to the S.A.L.T program is going to be an interactive program. Interactive lab, a S.A.L.T lab that is going to be built on the Silver Moon. This is where we are going to host a number of different activities. This is not going to be a set program that is available in the same format on every sailing. Each sailing is going to have a unique format. We have ideas of having excursions to take you out to market, to shop, to learn about the different ingredients and spices and vegetables and foods that you can find here in these markets, bring them back, and there will be some preparation and some interacting that way. But we might also have, instead of celebrity chefs, celebrity writers, bloggers, and editors, and have describe tastes and prepare certain items with different spices from different regions and see what we can come up with there. So again, this is still a program that is being developed every single day. We keep the media very well informed, so I ask all of you to stay in touch with all of your trade publications. We will be featuring the updates on S.A.L.T and all of its details on those publications. So we're really excited about that. I think it's going to bring a different dimension to what we offer on board, particularly from the culinary side of things. We've always had great food. This is going to bring a little bit more interaction to it. Now, other areas on the Silver Muse that were so very well received that we've introduced into even some of the older ships like the Silver Spirit is the Arts Cafe. And you can see here why the Arts Cafe is one of those very welcoming, small, well, relatively small little corners where you can come and read a book, and you've got this great atmosphere. They serve coffees and small sandwiches and snacks here throughout the day. So a great place to relax and a place that you often see our customers relaxing. Now, a big change on Moon versus the other ships is La Dame. And for most of you, you know La Dame is our flagship restaurant when it comes to at-sea dining. It's Relais and Chateau inspired. It was it used to be very difficult to get into. It was only a 25-passenger venue, 30 on some of our larger ships. Well, on the Silver Moon, and it was very difficult for your guests to get in. On the Silver Moon, we've expanded that now to over 60, so we can accommodate more than double what we have on the other ships. And that's going to alleviate some of the concern that there is for passengers that board with wait-listed reservations. We anticipate that expanding this room, because it is so popular, that that will help us guarantee everyone can dine in La Dame at least once per voyage. And La Dame is the one place on board, and it's throughout the entire vessel, all of our vessels, that we do charge. It's a nominal fee. It's $60 per person. The reason for the charge is to control demand and to try and temper it. If we included it, it creates many objections when people can't get in. So by having even a nominal fee, it really helps correct that demand and helps us manage that a little better. But we're really excited to see La Dame grow for the Silver Moon. Here's another great shot of La Dame. Now, these fixtures that you see in the back, that is an exclusive partnership with Lalique that they've made with Silversea, and you will see these fixtures that will be featured throughout the La Dame venue. Now, Atlantide, I guess it's our version of the main dining room. It's an open seating venue. You sit and dine. There's up to 220 passengers. You can see it's a very elegant setting. It's a very extensive menu. It is very thick, several choices to choose from, and it's French inspired. One of the more popular restaurants in the fleet. Kiseki. Kiseki is a Japanese steakhouse. Again, you can see intimate, small size and venue, and we've changed it a little bit in concept from what we had on the Muse. Those of you who have sailed on the Muse may remember Kiseki has the hibachi stations. We took that away. We found that not the best environment on a cruise. It's a small venue, so it was hard to pull off. Although customers really rave about it, still we're going to continue it on the Muse. It is successful, but we felt it was important for just a change in concept. However, the cuisine is still as fantastic as what you would find on our Kiseki on the Muse. And there you see some of our chefs preparing some of the fresh sushi rolls. La Terraza is open during breakfast and lunch as your main buffet, and you can see here al fresco, patio dining. And then in the evening, it transforms into a more elegant service sit-down venue with al fresco dining available outside as well. This is one of my favorite venues to visit because it's very casual in the afternoon and in the morning. But in the evening, they bring down the lights, they dress the tables, the waiters are looking their best, and it really does seem like a very elegant setting, and the food here is fantastic. Silver Note is another small little venue on the Silver Muse. I like to describe it as a supper club. You know, as you see here, you've got this beautiful live entertainment, and then you could see this elegant and almost speakeasy type of atmosphere that we've set up at the Silver Note. It's a really neat dining experience. We've got some great wine pairings that take place in this restaurant, and we do require reservations, but there's no charge. And we ask for reservations at all of our restaurants, but there's obviously no charge for any but La Dame. And then Spaccanopoli, the pizzeria. I could tell you that our owner takes a lot of pride. He's from Rome, and he wanted to make sure that we were serving authentic Italian pizza, and from Naples in particular. And so he spent many months searching for the right recipe until we found it, and now it's used fleet-wide, and it was introduced with the Silver Muse in 2017, and that's going to continue. The tradition continues on into the Silver Moon and on into our new builds beyond that. And the grill, being the last of the 8 dining venues to cover today. The grill is out on the pool deck. It's an area where we allow you to cook your own meal pretty much. So what we do is we serve you your protein on hot lava rocks, and customers get to choose from a long list of proteins, shrimp, chickens, fish, all kinds of fish, beef, different cuts. And so we joke that if you're unhappy with your meal, it's probably your own fault. But obviously the staff is there to help you. Customers find this to be a lot of fun. I can tell you that I had the pleasure of sailing with my team on the Silver Spirit for our sales meeting last December. We had a team dinner out at this venue, and it was some of the funnest time I've had at a dinner at sea. So really a great venue, and our customers, they love it. It's very casual out here, obviously, and that's the grill. So where is the Silver Moon going on her inaugural season and her inaugural voyages? She is going to start her time here at Silversea in the Mediterranean. We're going to start with her in the Med. She's going to sail from August through October in the Mediterranean. Her first sailing, for those of you that are curious, are August 6th of 2020. We still have about 8 or 9 suites left, so hurry to secure your spot for your customers. But she's going to have several sailings beyond that in her inaugural season in Europe. She's going to stay there until October, and then she's going to sail on through the transatlantic from November into the Caribbean, where she is going to spend the first few months of this upcoming 2020 winter before she starts her trek around South America in December. So we're really excited about what the Silver Moon means to our fleet, to our brand. The introduction of the Silver Moon is now going to be the 9th ship in the company's current fleet. She is the 2nd new build in just a few years, with many more on the horizon. And it just really, it's a testament to the support you, our travel advisors, have given us, and the commitment we are to this growing segment of the market. And we really appreciate your help, and we're going to need lots more of it moving forward, but we're confident that we'll have it. And with that, Anna, I think we're done. I'd like to open it up with any questions.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much for that. Those pictures were fantastic, and now I'm very hungry. We'll start with a question from Melinda. She is wondering if all 8 restaurants are open to all passengers, or if access is based on cabin category.
Nope, we do not have separation of class on board. Those are open to all passengers. All passengers on Silversea receive a butler. We have butler service in every single category. We're an all-inclusive line. The only thing we do not include is short excursions, but we do include economy air at all of the destinations that we travel to.
Okay, got it. Our next question, how early can one reserve at La Dame? Does that vary per cabin category?
Yes, no, La Dame opens for reservations at 100 and I believe it's 90 days prior to sailing is when we open for dining reservations.
Okay, perfect. And what is the capacity for S.A.L.T. Lab, and how early can one book?
Great question. Right now, we think it's going to be somewhere around 30. And the reservations, the availability for the reservations, we anticipate is going to be somewhere around the same timing as what we currently have for dining. So we will know more on that as we get closer to her launch. But yes, we anticipate it's going to be handled closer to the release of the dining availability.
Okay, perfect. And it looks like that was our last question. Thank you so much, Joe, for all of the information, and thank you everyone for joining us. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your week.
Yeah, thank you, Anna. And we want to remind everyone our 2020 and 2021 season is now open for sale, not just on the Silver Moon, but the 8 other wonderful vessels we have in the fleet taking your customers everywhere in the world. Thank you again, everyone.
Bye.